Hey friends, it's Lisa here from Arcane Installer, and I've got a pick a card reading for you as usual. So in this reading, we are going to be looking at the person on your mind and whether or not you're in the friend zone. Is there any romantic potential in this connection? Could there ever be anything romantic? We're going to be looking at all of that here in these piles. So I do encourage you, of course, to use your intuition to find the pile you feel most drawn to. And just for some engagement, I really loved one of the piles a few readings ago. Well, it was quite a few readings ago. In one of the piles, I had asked people to do like a shuffle playlist thing. That was really fun. I genuinely loved seeing everyone's songs that came up. But I thought I'd do one for everyone because only one pile got that question. So, who is your number one celebrity crush? I'm very curious to see this. Mine is, I love Julian Morris, and, well, okay, I can't just choose one, but Julian Morris and Santiago Cabrera, I think is his name. Oh, just love him. But those are probably my top two. So I'm curious to hear what everyone else has to say, because it's fun to get to know you guys, and so many of you comment a lot, so I recognize you, I see you, and it's always fun to kind of interact that way. So, with that being said, we have 5 piles, as I said. We have pile 1, and pile 1 has amethyst. Pile 2 has sodalite. Pile 3 with carnelian. Pile 4 with sodalite. And pile 5 with clear quartz. So, those are the piles. The timestamps should be down below in the description box, 100%. Hopefully in the comment section if I have had time by the time you watch this. But, yeah, so that's what we've got. If you want to have a personal reading, that information is all down in the description box, okay guys? So I will see you in your reading. Be blessed. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 1 here with this amethyst, this is the reading for you. So let's see what we've got here for you. So are you in the friend zone? Is there potential for this connection or not? Is there romantic potential? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse, the 3 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. We also have Hammer. We have Yelena and Balance. Okay, so let me see. Is there romantic potential? Well, I'm just going to be straight out honest and say that there seem to be some challenges here. Just straight up, because we have the 5 of Wands. This could indicate that there's a lot of competition against you or a lot of obstacles here in this connection. The Queen of Swords in reverse could indicate that one of you isn't talking to the other or isn't willing to kind of communicate or isn't able to communicate for some reason. The 3 of Wands does feel to me like there's some kind of potential here. Yet it's kind of like still needs to be explored. The Hammer, it says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. Again, it might be something where there's a lot of patience or work needed in this connection to make it romantic. There also, for some of you, of course, could be some sort of sabotage going on. I feel like I'm not sure. Maybe a lot of people are going to pick this pile because I feel like a few different possibilities here. And again, with general readings, that's going to be a natural, occurrence here because, different people have different things going on. But it almost feels like for some of you, it's like you're not talking to this person, and perhaps you're not even engaging with them, or they're not engaging with you, and it's sort of like a waiting around type of thing, and there's just a lot of obstacles here. For others of you, and maybe for some of you, it's like you're not talking because you're mad at this person. That could definitely be it as well, possibly. So for some of you, it might be that you need to rebuild this connection. Like you'd have to get over the arguments or the fighting in order to kind of even get to see like that happy ending in the future, right? Because you do see in the 3 of Wands, in the middle, and at the core of this, it seems like there can be some sort of happy resolution or some sort of happiness found, for sure. It just seems like, and I think it's funny that the cards came out that way with that kind of the blockages on both sides. So it's almost like there's blockages on both sides. In fact, both of you might have some issue. Maybe one of you doesn't really want to speak up and the other one's kind of feisty, or there's just a lot of influences, or they feel fought off, or, you know what I mean? It seems like there's some kind of hecticness, though, to this connection. So if this is one where you're feeling like it's super easy, then it probably isn't your pile. I'd probably pick a different one because there has to be some known obstacles here, no doubt. Because, yeah, anyways, it does seem like when it says here on the hammer, it says persistent, it says working on it, repetitive. So again, it might be that repetitive conversation is needed, or repetitive tries, or again, it might indicate that there's some sort of patience here. With Yelena, it says she who knows. And let me see, where did I put the little book for that? Again, I think for some of you, this could be an indicative that you know this already. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. This is my mother-in-law's name. Okay. It says, she who knows has a thoughtful gaze that allows her to see each of us for who we really are. One of her gifts is the ability to clarify things. She cuts to the heart of the matter using wisdom and insight in tandem. Rather than limiting herself to only intellectual or only emotional cues, Yelena processes all information through both her heart and her head. Her ability to know things may seem uncanny to most, but she is merely using her natural abilities. For her, it's exercising more than one muscle at a time. This card invites you to revisit a recent worry. Let your heart have reign, then engage your mind as well. Set both to working on the problem. When you use a multi-layered approach to issues, you can find an out-of-the-box solution. Balance is the key when this card shows up. Look directly into the heart of the matter, then move up into your head. Once you unearth the emotional and the intellectual why of this question, you will be able to see the way to resolving it completely. Often the resolution presents itself in an unorthodox way, so pay attention to all the things coming your way and be open to the answer. So again, there could be multi-layers to this, and that's funny because of that Five of Wands. It's like all these different people fighting. So it's almost like there are a lot of obstacles here. And it might not just be one thing. It might be multiple things going on here. And again, you're kind of being asked here perhaps to look at it from a different perspective with wisdom, emotional and intellectual wisdom. So trying to understand maybe this other person's predicament as an example. It also could just be looking at the clues. If you've been kind of hopeful about something, it might be like looking at what reality is. Sometimes I'm not trying to sound mean when I say that, by the way. I'm guilty of kind of getting up in my head sometimes, or my emotions, and then not when I have to actually think about the actual facts and like the actual intellectual steps. I'm like, oh, okay. So and for some of you it may be as simple as you're not talking to this person, so yeah, there could be potential, but you're not even talking to them, you know what I mean? So like, no duh, they're not just gonna magically appear to you, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. And it's funny, it mentions balance, and as well, for your advice, you have the balance card, which is all about balance, essentially. It says, seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. So this is interesting about, getting too much in your head about this, and trying to keep a balanced point of view about the situation. It feels like, it does feel like balance is called for, and again, it might be just trying to see the other person's perspective, or seeing the perspective of the situation in a different way. So again, as an example, and this is probably not the case for many of you watching, but like, say you were asking about like a celebrity or something like that. Well, it might be that it's kind of unrealistic, for that to happen. And for others of you, it just might be that you're not talking to this person. You haven't even gotten the chance, maybe you barely talked to them, or, and if you did, it might have some kind of potential. So I don't feel like this is a flat out no here, but I think that there's some challenges. So I can't like exactly give a clear answer, but I'm leaning more towards no for now. But this is just the current energy. And so honestly, like if you were to talk to this person and really try to work things out with them, I feel like you could definitely come back to this reading and probably choose a different pile and have a better outcome in the future. So I don't think that this is like a no way, like it's never happening, quit dreaming. It's not that kind of thing. It's more like some kind of action needs to be taken, or patience needs to be had, or there needs to be a building up of something here. You know what I mean? And again, if you are kind of more in your head, about the situation, it might be that you need to kind of look at it and treat it more logically, I suppose you could say. So that is kind of what I'm getting for those of you that chose pile number 1. I think I would definitely perhaps engage this person in conversation, especially if you haven't recently, and just kind of see where it goes. Again, there might be some kind of practical solutions in terms of the obstacles, but some obstacles that might be really hard to come across, like get across, if like, there are huge, differences between the two of you. That might be kind of a difficult thing. So again, I think that you guys are being called on to kind of use your your wisdom in order to find a resolution. You know what I mean? To the situation. So that is what I've got for you for those that chose pile number 1. I really do hope it helps give you some guidance into the connection that's on your heart and mind. And I hope to see you again in the future. Let me know how you like the reading if you want. Comments and likes always help. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a blessed day or evening wherever you are. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next reading. Hey friends, if you chose pile number 2 here with this sodalite, this is the reading for you. So let's find out about the person on your heart and mind. Are they, into you? Is this like a friend zone thing? Is there romantic potential here? Let's find out. So let's see. We have Eterna and Will here. Page of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse, 8 of Cups and Ace of Wands, as well as a sword and the rose. It's interesting that pile number 1 also had the Queen of Swords come out in reverse. So I'm wondering if some of you were drawn to that pile as well. If you were, you might want to go listen to it. Perhaps, Again, it just could be a similar energy. I thought it was kind of strange that it came out again, though. The Queen of Swords in reverse does tell me that one of you in this connection isn't really speaking up much. And, for some of you, that might be you, that you're not actually speaking to this person. And for others of you, they're not really speaking to you. And I'm going to have a few different stories here, so bear with me, because this is a general reading, so I have to kind of keep it open-ended here. And I want you to apply it to your situation accordingly. If some of you have taken that bold chance sort of to reach out to this person, to try to kind of initiate something, and you were sort of coldly turned down, and it seems like the person's, not responsive, I want to tell you that I really feel like you are meant for something better, and that there is something else out there for you, okay? I'm just telling you the truth. And that's for those of you that have been in a situation where this person pretty much doesn't seem responsive. They're not really seeming to be interested. Some of you, this person might have coldly flat out told you no already, and that's hurtful, and I'm giving you a big hug because it sucks to get rejected. But I would say that maybe there's something better out there for you, and maybe you should just trust this person's word for now, okay? Especially if they've, revealed that to you in any way. And sometimes people do that by their actions. They're just, if they're not responding to you or really giving you the time of day, it's like, move on. Even if it's sad, even if it sucks, If you can see that Page of Wands is kind of like going off in a new direction. Now, for others of you, now say that's not your story. You're like, no. Okay. Some of you, it might be that you're not really engaging this person enough. Maybe some of you are shy and you're a little apprehensive to kind of speak up and share yourself with this person. And in that case, it might be that this person doesn't really see you as being connected to them emotionally or interested. And maybe for some of you, yes, there's potential here, but you'd have to actually kind of like light that match, You might actually have to engage that person. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of feels like it could be going different ways. For others of you, if you're like currently in a situation where you and this person had some kind of argument and you've pulled away from each other, it might be that, yeah, there could be some kind of potential to move on past this argument and reignite something, but you would have to probably share some sort of truth or, kind of come in and do something to change it. We have Eterna, which says, let's see, metamorphosis, transcend, and journey. And it says this card indicates that you are at a moment of becoming the being you've been working on. All the effort is coming together to send you soaring up to the next plane. The good news and the bad news is that there is always another level to achieve. Each subtle state of existence creates new challenges. Know that you have safely lived on your current plane, and all that you have learned by and failed in and powered through will be brought with you on your journey. The cranes who rise from the mist show you the past is a source of strength for the future. Like the caterpillar who metamorphoses into a butterfly, it's time to try out your new wings. And it says, what is the next level for me? How can I benefit most from this transcending? And what challenges me the most in my current spiritual journey? So, there we go. For some of you, it's like you need to either take this to the next level, this connection, and start talking to this person or getting to know them or trying to transform this relationship by being direct. Right? Especially for those of you that are being indirect with this person. Others of you, it might be that you're kind of like, you've already learned the lesson with this person, and hanging on to it's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? And it might be that you're kind of meant to kind of go in a different direction. We also have number 13 here, the will card. And it says, decisions require action. You are in control of your own decisions in life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's. So again, if you guys already have been persistent in this connection, you're being told to kind of again, move on, redirect that passion and energy in a place that's better, you know what I mean? In a place that would be more successful. For those of you, again, you're in control of this connection in some way. You have some sort of sense of control. And again, like I said, you can't control another person. So again, if you've tried to kind of, push the relationship in that direction, it might be that it's not going to really work that way. But for those of you where it's like you haven't really made that move and you've been kind of shy, it might be that you need to kind of show them what you're made of, what you actually want, by engaging with them and getting to know them. You know what I'm saying? Because for some of you, it's like this person may not see you as being interested in them. So that's what I'm really honestly getting here. I feel like this is quite a quick reading, but yeah, I feel like that there are probably two different types of stories here in this reading. And essentially, yeah, it comes down to either, thinking of the situation in a clear manner and cutting your losses, if there have been a lot of resistance, or again, making that move and, getting to know this person, essentially is what I'm getting. So that's what I'm getting, guys. I think I'll stop here because honestly, I don't feel like I can talk about the cards any more than I already have. So I feel like this might just be the place to stop. It was so quick though. It was only, 6 minutes? Usually I ramble for much, much longer, but you're free to also choose another pile. If this doesn't resonate, of course a different pile might be calling to you more. It's, it's important, to try to make sure you're picking the right piles. So I don't want you to be mad at me if that's the case. But yeah, anyways, I think I'll stop here. But I wish you all the very, very best in this connection. I hope it gave you some answers. And good luck for those of you that, maybe where you haven't really talked up to this person. It might be that you need to kind of speak up and put some effort into getting to know this person more. And for others of you, if you have to move on from this connection, I'm with you in heart. And I send you lots of love, okay? So if you'd like to have a personal reading, that information's down below, but I always appreciate likes and comments, so let me know how you felt about the reading. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one, okay? Bye-bye. Hello! So if you chose pile number 3 with this carnelian, this is a reading for you. Let's find out about your connection. Is there romantic potential? I sound so chill, don't I? So we have the Nine of Swords, the Lovers, and the Moon. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I feel like there is, but we have some issues here. There have to be some, because we have the Nine of Swords and the Moon. Okay, we have Abanawaka. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. We also have Release. We have Keys on a Ring and Separation. So keys on a ring, it says many options, a decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand, and then we have separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, or unsure of the future. So it seems like there's some kind of lack of clarity here for you guys, and it is a little bit unclear. Now for there might be a few different things kind of going on here. For those of you where you specifically know that this person is committed elsewhere, it might be that this is a little bit complicated, or you are. This might be a little bit complicated and unclear. It might be that there comes down to a choice in this connection, like where there would have to be a choice made. And I can see here that it seems like there's definitely like some feelings here though, because we have a lot of anxiety, I feel like, with this Nine of Swords, but also that separation card indicates like sadness and missing each other, thinking about them. The keys on a ring are interesting because I do think of keys as kind of like a special connection, but there are 3 keys on this, which is interesting. So I'm wondering, and we have 3 people here. So I'm wondering if this might be for some of you a third-party situation, possibly. And when I say third-party situation, it doesn't always have to be another person. It might be some obstacles or some sort of situation that kind of, you know, is between the 2 of you, possibly, okay? For those of you where this person has been unclear with you, I can tell you that you might be with somebody who is kind of not willing to make a choice at this time. And it might be that the current energy is that this person's unsure of the future, that they're kind of just, you know, on the negative side, it says stringing along. And it may be that that's the case. This person doesn't really want to choose one thing or the other because it's too difficult. And it could even just be freedom. Third party could just be the freedom that this person seeks, you know, to have freedom to choose something else. Again, you know, it kind of, so that's going to be kind of up to your discretion in what's going on in your situation. She who battles. Let's look and see what that one says. It says, Abhinalaka is here to help you face your current challenges. If you decide to stand and fight, remember her unwavering focus and complete commitment. Abhinalaka knows if she is first victorious in her heart, she cannot be beaten. But there is a great saying, you do not have to attend every argument to which you're invited. You are not diminished by refusing to do battle. Often it takes greater strength to lay down your sword. By doing so, you may learn that something that changes the entire scene. Your enemy may turn out to be a friend or a teacher rather than a taker. Whichever path you choose, stay fiercely committed to your decision. Well, that's fascinating. You're not diminished by refusing to do battle. Often it takes greater strength to lay down your sword. And by doing so, you may learn something that changes the entire scene. I feel like that there's a lot of things to develop in this connection, to be honest. And I feel like there's just something that you're not quite seeing about this situation just yet. This is a tricky one, because I have someone in my head right now that could be watching. And it just feels like a message for that person. Sometimes I get like that if I read for people often, or I have friends or something like that, or people I talk to on Instagram. I'll get their piles. I'll be like, oh, go watch this pile, go watch that pile. There feels like there is something unconventional about this situation, though. And I think that's where the difficulty lies. There's a lot of mystery or unknowns, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stuff up in the head here. I wonder what is going on for you guys. But it says your enemy may turn out to be a friend or a teacher rather than a taker. So maybe this person for some of you isn't as bad as they seem. So if you do maybe have some kind of worries about this situation, maybe it's kind of telling you don't be so worried. Especially maybe for those of you that did feel used by this person. To be honest. Because we have this separation. It's indicating that there's some sort of like, there's something here. like in terms of feelings for this person. They're not feeling wonderful, I think, about this connection at the time. At the moment, it's kind of sad or not feeling great about it, but there's a lot of uncertainty around it. So there must be something, like maybe there needs to be some sort of commitment made, or some kind of justice. Let's read what release says, because this is your advice. Because I'm very confused about this one, because I have like somebody on my mind, like I said, and I know like their situation a bit, and so I know they'll be fascinated to hear this one. But for those of you, you might have to tell me why is this so complicated, or you don't have to tell me. You can always DM me on Instagram. I'm a secretive person. Okay. Release says, let it go. It's time to release anything that does not serve you. Old negative habits do not engage you anymore, as the payoff is not enough. You're ready to make room for bigger, brighter, more aligned things. And it says there's payoff if we decide to finally release something we no longer need. The payoff is as individual as you are, but there will be a universal feeling of making space for something new. The secret to effectively releasing what no longer serves you is in fact knowing that the payoff will be indeed worth it, which makes it super important to know what that positive payoff may be. For example, giving up a habit such as smoking, which we know is detrimental to your body in that it is cancer causing, among many other nasty things. Oh God, yeah. And what the most important payoff is for you, what the most important payoff for you may be different for someone else who is giving up the habit, but it needs to be clear in your mind, body, and spirit. You might give up so that your body feels healthier generally, or so that your children and those around you aren't exposed to the smoke and chemicals, that you live longer, and that all of the money that you're wasting on cigarettes could be used for something that is more in line with what you really want, such as travel or a home, all of which are real payoffs which are worth releasing the habit. Interesting. So this is about, and by the way, the companion stone here is smoky quartz. Where is my smoky quartz? I was going to show you, but I don't have it on my table at the moment. Or I do somewhere. But anyways, what I'm getting here is that there might need to be some sort of release in this connection. For some of you watching, it's like this person needs to release something, perhaps, or you need to release something. And for some of you, that's not releasing this person. It might be releasing another person if you're with somebody. It might be releasing some kind of other situation or something like that. It might be releasing where you currently live, or, a fight, or bad thoughts, you know what I mean? It's going to be different for everyone. These are general readings, so I can't try to force one story, because it would just be unfair to a lot of you watching. I feel like you guys know kind of what needs to be released in your case, whether it's like truly releasing this person because you felt strung along by this, or maybe you're just kind of understanding that it's not everything that it seems, and there's been a lot of, maybe, I'll be honest, like mind effery. That could be the case, of course, as well. But to be honest, I feel like the person that you're thinking about likes you, or genuinely has honorable feelings. And it almost feels like there is some sort of potential here, but there's just a lot of bullshit surrounding this situation that needs to be released. And there might need to be some kind of higher level of commitment. Or, again, that might be making a bold choice as to go after this person, as an example. Or there might need to be, it's going to kind of vary for all of you. But I feel like that there's just something here. Either the sword needs to be put down, and this doesn't need to be battled so hardly. Or, and especially if you're like upset with this person or something like that. But at the core of this, I do feel like that there is some sort of romantic connection, I'll be honest. But again, it feels like there are a lot of choices or kind of things surrounding this. And again, like I said, with that keys on the ring, it feels like there's a third energy here. And like I said, it may be a person, it may be a situation, it may be circumstances, you work together, or it could be distance, or it could be, plenty of things can be a third party thing, or create a third party thing. It's just kind of like a third, a third obstacle, some kind of obstacle or something like that, a third situation that stands between two people. So that's kind of what I'm getting. So I feel like with the moon here, we're just kind of getting a lack of clarity. So Is it a no or a yes? Like, is there romantic potential? I think that there is in some weird way, but I feel like you do actually have a lot of weird obstacles to get through. And again, I feel like that there's some sense of like someone has to release something. Either the person you think about has to, you know, release something, or you have to release something, or something kind of has to change. And again, for those of you that are kind of like fighting on this connection, it's almost like you're being told to lower the weapon and perhaps see things in a different way. Okay, so that is what I'm getting for you guys. This is a bit of a longer pile than the previous one. Last one was like wham bam, and this one was a little bit more complicated. I do hope it helps, though. I really, really do. That's my intention. I really hope that this gives you some sense of knowledge, because it does seem like this is a complicated one. So I feel for you. Okay, so with that being said, guys, I am going to let you go. I hope that this helped. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about the reading, and if it resonated with you, especially if it is a really weird, complicated situation. You know, fist bump. I wish you the very, very best, and if you want a personal reading with me, that information is down below in the description box. So take care. Lots of love to you guys, and talk to you later. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 4 here with this sodalite, this is the reading for you. So let's find out about the person on your mind. Is there potential here for romance or what? So we've had some interesting piles so far. Okay, we have the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the Fool. Yeah, I think that there is here. We have Cassette, and we have Hannah and Resilience. Okay, so I do feel like there might be something here. You know, the Hermit kind of indicates to me. It's funny. The Hermit can represent a celibate relationship, or a relationship that is currently more spiritual, or less about the physical. Okay, so some of you might find that you are in long distance relationships, or that you're currently not speaking to the person, or there might be some sort of separation of some kind. There might... We have Cassette here as well. It says outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head as well. With the Fool here, I am wondering if there's potential here for romance, but somebody needs to do something first. Like, it could be about someone needs to make a first move. So in this case, it could be that someone needs to make a move. Like, you might have to come out of hiding, right? Especially if you are with the Cassette, for those of you that kind of pull away and go within because you have some sort of negative outlook on yourself or of the possibilities. If you've been conditioned to think certain ways about yourself that aren't, you know, healthy or helpful to you, you know, in terms of pursuing romantic relationships. Or replaying events over in your head. So maybe you've been previously rejected and you're like, oh, I can't do that again. I'm too scared. It might tell you that there's something here, but there needs to be a chance taken. There needs to be something completely new, I feel, here with this Fool card. It could be, of course, that, you know, one of you has to kind of leave something behind in order for this to come together. That's a possibility. Or that there needs to be some sort of... Again, with a Fool, it just feels like there must be some sort of, like, drastic action taken. The Knight of Cups at the center, though, does tell me that there's something here for romance. I do think that there is some sort of romantic potential here for feelings and such. And, in fact, your person may already kind of have some sort of, you know, something growing. Keep it realistic, but there's definitely a possibility for that. So some of you that you might already have had something with this person that's romantic in nature, well, yeah, they like you still. But yeah, we have She Who Listens here with Hannah, and it says understanding, witness, and compassion. This could be some guidance for you. I did pull the Queen of the Moon Oracle as guidance, but this also, I think, kind of has been showing up as guidance as well. Well, I guess I said, what should you know about this? So, I mean, essentially, it could be guidance. It says here, Hannah calls for you to unburden yourself There are many ways that we can communicate our stories. Allow a compassionate friend to bear witness to your revelations. You might start a journal where you write everything down. Don't avoid the ugly parts. Don't gloss over the good. Lay it all out. Your inside self needs a chance to release. Let those tales be spun. And it says, who will listen to me without judgment? What tales of mine need telling? How can I best release the stories of my inner self? Ooh, this is a fascinating one. Some of you might be dealing with somebody who needs a listening ear, who needs somebody to be there for them, who needs somebody to kind of, maybe for some of you, you're being called to kind of replay events with this person or listen to their side of the story, especially if there's been a problem. But for others of you, it might be that this person needs someone to talk to right now, and that might be a good edge for you to get to know this person and see where it goes. Let me see here. Resilience. It says, making mistakes builds resilience. I have learned my lessons from the mistakes I have made, and I stand strong, and I am an adult, and I act with self-responsibility. And it says here, as we move around the lunar cycle and in life, we can see how things may have occurred before and that we have experienced in how to handle them. What? I said that all wrong. I'm sorry. It says, sorry, I'm laughing at myself. Apparently, I'm trying to read it kind of from far away. I think I need my glasses. As we move around the lunar cycle and in life, we can see how things may have occurred before, and that we have experience in how to handle them. Even if we don't have direct experience, we can build resilience as an insurance policy against being devastated by the opinions of others. While someone might say something nasty about us, when we compare this and what we know to be true about ourselves, it is truly no great hurt and really just a piece of information gathering. Azurite. Where's my azurite? I don't know where I put it. I have it around here somewhere. It's actually one of my favorite stones. I would say here a few things. I feel like there might be a few messages here. Well, first of all, if you are really withdrawn and shy, it might be that you're being called to kind of not let your past define you, right? To know that you're strong, and even if there is a rejection here eventually, that you can handle that and accept it with like love and compassion. That sounds kind of negative. I'm not saying that there will be a rejection. I'm just saying that, if that's a fear of yours, I feel like that there could be some sort of potential here, but I do feel like that there is a period of a spiritual growth perhaps for this person, or for you, or for the both of you. Again, resilience could talk about kind of that this might be a connection in which there's a lot of obstacles, or it might be kind of a tough road ahead in order to get to this person. And for others of you, this could be a message that this person might have a lot kind of on their back or plate, and they need some sense of, understanding from somebody, some sort of compassion, and that might bode well for you if you do want to kind of start something with this person or develop something with this person. Being a listening ear to them. But that is what I've got. I do sense, so here with the Fool, though, for some of you, especially if you've already kind of had something in the past with this person, I do want to say that I think that you could come back around to this person. I get the sense here that there would be a possibility to like restart a connection, especially if you've been out of contact with somebody. And again, if you have been out of contact with somebody, they are kind of replaying some events over in their head if you've had previous problems. But if you haven't, then no, that's just for those that have been in that situation. But okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys. A lot of resilience, perhaps. Again, a listening ear is helpful in this situation, and having compassion. But that is what I've got. Okay, so I'll just stop here. I wish you all the very, very best. I hope that this message brought you some sort of clarity about your situation and helps to be honest. I really do hope it helps you. And let me know in the comments below if you chose this pile, if it helped you at all, if it made sense to you. Of course, you're always free to pick another pile if this one doesn't resonate. So I did try to do a little bit more than usual. I added another pile in here so that we'd have more to choose from and more possibilities, you know. But yeah, if you want a personal reading, that information is in the description box. I wish you all a very, very wonderful day or night wherever you are. Lots of love to you, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 5 here with this clear quartz, this is the reading for you. So, is there romantic potential in this connection that's on your mind? Are you in the friend zone, or what's up? So we have She Who Doubts, Enid, Focus, Heartbroken, and the Dragonfly, Page of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Four of Wands. I feel like out of all the piles, to be honest, this one has the most potential. I think some of the other ones do have potential, but it seemed like there were a lot more obstacles. I feel like this one has some sort of potential, to be honest. I think, though, here, that there are some situations. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. This tells me that there are some sort of fresh, nice feelings, or this desire to kind of recreate something. You know, if there's been something in the past. It seems like there's a bit of a crossroad situation here with the Two of Wands. There might be uncertainty about how to proceed forward in order to make this, you know, happy. We have the Four of Wands, which tells me that's a card of marriage. It's a card of a happy home. It's a card of celebration, of coming together. You know what I mean? So I would say that that bodes well for is there romantic potential? You know, I think it does. I think it does. I think that this person is trying to kind of understand, or you could be as well, and it could be a duality type of thing here, trying to understand how to make this happen, how to kind of come together. And there could be a lot of doubt in the situation because we do have this Enid card, and it says She Who Doubts, Fear, Awareness, and Trust. So you might be dealing with somebody who has trust issues, or you have trust issues again. This might go either way, and it could be both of you again. With Heartbroken, it says deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, or mourning. Now, for some of you, this might be another person that's kind of broken this person's heart, or there's been a previous situation in which this person was very much let down. You know, with the Two of Wands here, I can't help but think some of you might be in a situation where there's like a long distance or something like that, or there are some obstacles here. Because, I don't know, the way this guy looks out into the, you know, world here with the globe, it feels like this might be very vast, or there might seem to be really big obstacles. You know, or maybe not even for all of you, but for some of you at least. And it could have made this person wary to kind of go forward in relationships, especially if you guys have had also previous problems as well. You know, that could be, you know, indicative of that. Again, it does seem like if you are in separation with this person, they kind of are longing to come together or to kind of explore something with you, I do feel. What's interesting is that we have the Dragonfly, and it says, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Makes you wonder if some of you might find something out soon about this person, or things coming to light, like something might come to light in this situation. Let me take a look at this Enid card. The message of this card is to examine your own doubts. We all have been injured by life in one way or another. If we continue to hide in the shadows, then we allow those who did us injustices to win. Now is the time to let go of old misgivings and to learn to trust again. Wariness is not a bad thing unless you are using it to give yourself permission to hide from life. Putting on a trusty talisman, slip your scarf from your ears so that all your senses are engaged, and trust in your own unique power. Who or what am I hiding from? How do my fears limit me, and where do I need to place my trust? So again, that's kind of repeated here twice, this message here. I feel like this person, and you know what's funny is even look at in the After Tarot here in the Page of Cups, the fish is slipping from his cup, and he's kind of looking shocked and surprised. This could be that this person, or you, again, is afraid of this slipping away, that it's too slippery, that it's not stable enough, that it won't stay. And there might be a lot of trust that needs to be built here. And I'm wondering if some of you just need to, it's either on your side or on their side. I really do feel like that there's romantic potential, though. Like I said, out of all the piles, this one feels the strongest to me. But there needs to be, like, perhaps trust built or something like that. Your advice is focus, and it says, you must focus on the task at hand right now. There is no room for a scattergun approach. Put on the blinkers and do not listen to the gossip or to the gossip of the others or negative people. If you make a mistake, it's your mistake to make. Do not waste your focus. Do not split your attention into too many pieces. And it says we might allow the opinions of others to get in the way, letting the criticisms and values of others affect us. This is useless. We need to forget about the gossip or the opinions of others, about what our society says. Instead, turn your focus to you and what you're doing. Pay attention to you. You. This is funny. This actually came up in a personal reading, this card today. And it's a very similar message. I wonder if she'll choose this pile if she watches the channel. Are you watching it? Let me know. We need to focus instead on what feels so deeply good to us, what we really want, and what we do, what we want to place our laser-like focus on, and soon it will be ours. Carnelian. Funny. We had a carnelian on another pile. I think it was pile number 3, I want to say. But, wow, this is a definite interesting message. If you guys have people influencing this connection, and this might be on the other person's side, it might be on your side, there might be a lot of fear here regarding what other people will think if you're to pursue this. Does make me wonder if there's like long distance or other people kind of looking at you. Because I know sometimes like long distance relationships can be kind of considered to be like, ew, yuck, you know. But that's not for all of you. But there might be something about that sort of pressure from other people in some way affecting this or worrying what the world thinks. And I get that song by Leona Lewis in my head. What is it? Bleeding Love? No. Yeah, I don't care what they say. I'm in love with you. You know what I mean? That might be part of the deal here. I feel like something's gonna change here, and I think that this connection in particular does have some sort of healing element to it. And I do think that movement's possible. We have a butterfly here. We have dragonfly as well. And those things have, you know, wings. They can fly. They can flutter around. It feels like that there is possibility here. It just feels like there's something being held back. And I can't tell if it's just you being a little bit shy to open up to this person, or if it's them, or if it's just like something that a good talk could kind of fix. But it kind of is like, do it, go for it, like this can work. I feel like that there is potential here, and I would say that the person's receptive to it too, for, you know, this connection. I do think so. It might be for some of you, if this person has been heartbroken in the past, it might be that this takes some time, you know, to get off the ground. They might need time to trust, you know. You might have to kind of puncture these fears that they might have, or this wariness for other people, you know what I'm saying? But if there is any sort of wariness in regards to what other people think, then, you know, screw them. Have you ever watched that movie? I was just watching that clip the other day in Clueless, and Ty, there's that, not Ty, what is it, the boy who rides the skateboard, and then the girl with the curly hair, damn it, Brittany Murphy. I can't remember her character's name. I used to love this movie. I used to watch it at my grandma's all the time. I had it on videotape. But she like wants to get to know this one boy who's skateboarding, right? And the main character is like, no way, you know, he's like, he sucks, you know, he's not popular, you know. And it was like, screw what, who, what, you know what I mean? I would have been a better friend. I would have told her go for it, but no, she was trying to get her to go with that jerk. And you know what I mean? Like, so if you guys do have friends involved in this situation, I kind of like perhaps ignore them. Sometimes our friends, you know, we all have our own lives and we all see things a different way. And although so, you know, sometimes outside people mean well, they may not really know what truly makes you happy. And at the end of the day, it's kind of up to you, you know what I mean, on what you want to do with your life and yourself. And you only have, you know, this one right now, you know. I mean, of course there are, you know, past lives, you know, perhaps future lives, but you know, as in this body, in this lifetime, you know, you only have the one. So definitely, you know, don't waste it on, you know, things that you don't want to be doing, for sure, you know, or living ways that are fearful and not getting you to your end goal. but I feel like that there is potential here, and I'm curious. I do feel like something might come to light here in the situation in the future, as well. As well with that be lighthearted energy. It might be again kind of telling you to take it lightly in general, because if this person is a little bit scared, it might be that they need something lighter and they just need time. You know what I'm saying? To build up that trust. And again, it could be also saying that, if you get this too heavy, this person could perhaps, decide to turn a different direction. Possibly. You know what I mean? That's not for everyone, but if you do notice if this person seems like they could be a little bit fearful or shy, then I would probably take that advice to keep it kind of light for a while till you get to know them. But anyways, that is what I've got for you that chose pile number 5. I hope it gave you some insight into your connection, and please let me know if it did. I send you guys so much love and so much care. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so supportive. I'd appreciate any likes or comments, and I wish you all the very, very best. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.